Hello and welcome back to Dinos. I'm still Shaun. I'm still here with Jason.
Hello, I'm still excited. It's the finale.
It is. This is the grand finale. This is the last you will ever have to see of Batman the Telltale Series, or at least Season 1, on this channel. We're done with it.
Oh.
But yeah, so some pretty big changes to the end of last time. Some pretty big changes to the start of this one, because there are choices that matter in this game. They're just kind of binary. That seems like an unnecessary... Like, you could have just shoved her off the roof, right?
Yeah, but go all in. I'm enjoying it. I don't remember any. Obviously, this didn't happen in
We've got these
playthrough
toys
before.
and we want to play with them.
Exactly.
Nope.
Not pressing up. No. Okay. Fine.
Batman sure has taken an awful lot of bullets in this in this playthrough.
He's got armour. No one shooting his face. It's fine.
He's got armour, but there's always blood everywhere, so it obviously doesn't do
that's
anything.
a good point. Yeah. Maybe he's got like blood packs in it, so it looks like it's worse than it is to put them off, and they think they've got an advantage on him, and they haven't. I might be overthinking this.
Oh man, Neil Adams wrote a fucking batshit insane comic called Batman Odyssey, and he used that as a plot point.
Oh, right.
It was so stupid. I mean, it got increasingly stupid because he was, you know, he was obsessed with the idea of the Hollow Earth and put that into a Batman comic. So, you know,
okay.
it got an awful lot more stupid than that, but the blood pack thing was still pretty goddamn dumb.
I've not read it. I wasn't aware of it, but it sounds like a feasible thing. So
Oh,
he's
it's
got one now.
truly terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Okay. I never liked that guy anyway.
Yeah, screw him. Whoever he was.
He was...
But they do talk about it like he's in more of this, and maybe he was. I don't recognise him at all.
I remember him from one particular scene where he was a bit of an arsehole. To probably Batman and Gordon, I don't know. But that's gone now. It's fine.
He's gone.
Oh, so I guess Gordon's a lieutenant in this. I didn't remember that. He's, by and large, still the same, so...
Yeah.
That makes Gordon commissioner. There's a Wayne Memorial something behind him.
They've got a lot of memorial somethings.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Hospitals,
a lot of people
buildings,
die in this city.
schools, orphanages, surely, I don't know.
What's happening out there? I always fear the worst.
Shut up, Alfred!
Figure out Penguin's next move. I can't let him keep hurting innocent.
Oh, okay, in effect. That always reminds me of the...
Penguin has been in charge for
lovely.
5 minutes, and he's managed to make them Batarang repellent.
You're the end of your rope. You can't even stop me offing a police commissioner. Without your toys, you're nothing.
Well, obviously Batman's not going to make it Batarang repellent because he needs to use his Batarang on it occasionally when it goes wrong.
They'll go easy on you.
I don't need toys.
Never build a weapon
But
you
what
can't
if he's
deactivate.
up against...
You sure about that?
What if he's up against someone like Killer Moth, who sets himself up as an anti-Batman? Like, he's presumably got a Motharang. He'd need to make it that repellent.
A Motharang? Don't be stupid, you're making up words now.
Told you that armor doesn't work.
Yeah, I was just saying, it reminds me of the cassettes from Transformers. One of them flew like that. It looks like that to me.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it went in
Buzzsaw
a
or
bigger
something?
Transformer, didn't it?
Yeah.
If I can just find a way to hack into it, I can get to Penguin.
Gash.
It's just such a weird couple of choices, this bit.
Anything?
That sounded like Alfred. He's turned! Alfred has finally had enough of our bullshit.
This is quite interesting. I don't remember any of this, so I'm hoping this is all new stuff.
One of his men used a device that targeted my armor.
Yeah, because the other time we went straight to Wayne Enterprises and you fight him in the lift and everything. You're trying to stop him discovering the actual Batman part of it, aren't you?
Auditorium. Sorry. Anyway.
Maybe Bruce Wayne.
But yes, this is why I'm doing this with you, to find out what happens when you make changes. And in most cases, apparently nothing. But this is all interesting stuff. I'm intrigued.
Penguin wants hostages to bait Batman.
Yeah, it is.
Bruce Wayne will be the perfect hostage.
Both ways around doing it are quite. The Penguin and Two-Face finales are quite good. I do enjoy both versions. I do think it only really makes sense for Batman to tackle Penguin and Bruce to tackle Harvey, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do a multiple choice thing, at least have some slight changes that actually work, even if it's not correct.
Yeah.
Lieutenant, these officers are at risk.
Yeah.
Penguin...
For the most part, nothing has changed, but the order they have programmed 2 completely different scenes for the end of Harvey and the end of thing to make things a little bit different. I love the way Bruce jogs in this. He looks so utterly casual. And I know it's because he's always already wearing like a hoodie and stuff, which is weird. But his jog has absolutely no force or momentum to it. It's just so utterly light.
He can't run like Batman. They'll recognise him. He's got to look a bit like a businessman who's just out for a run.
If you can destroy the transmitter, Oswald loses control of the drones.
There's no way to get to it. You heard Martinez.
Penguin's great scheme is to be in a park. Like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. He's the head of Wayne Industries. He's got all the money he could possibly want. He's got all,
He likes this
pretty
park.
much everything he could want.
They met in this park in the first episode or something. It's important, this park. It's got a statue
They
of someone.
did, yeah.
It's his
But even if
park,
he's
isn't it?
planning to sell all of these bat gadgets that he's now using to destroy Gotham, how is he going to manufacture them? Like, Wayne Enterprises can you manufacture them? Just do it a bit more quietly.
Keep the perimeter tight. If he suspects anything,
Like, this Penguin doesn't come across as completely, like, irredeemably mad.
Oh,
He
no.
comes across as a prick, which is how Penguin should be. Penguin is just a horrible, horrible human being.
Device that fried the suit. It's a hell of a trap, Oz.
It looks like a Tron disc.
I was just trying to work out what it reminded me of. I was thinking it's something like Wonder Woman frisbee or something. Has she got a frisbee? I don't think she does. Now I'm thinking of Xena, I think. I don't know.
Wonder Woman doesn't have a frisbee.
That's why I didn't say
I'm
anything
aware of.
until you prompted
She
me.
used to have a kangaroo.
What? You're thinking of Tank Girl.
No. All the heroes used to have animal buddies, and for quite some time, yeah, Wonder Woman had a kangaroo.
Wonder Woman based on... Hello, this is new. Wonder Woman based on ancient Greek myth. Whatever. Had a kangaroo, I don't see it. Right, I'm going to stop myself. This is interesting to me. I love a flashback. I love a prequel. This looks... I'm enjoying this. I'm going to shut up.
The acting's pretty terrible.
They say bad things about my family.
Penguin's action's quite a bit terrible anyway. Well, actually, his acting's not. His accent is. I don't like his accent. It's
Oh, the accent's not great, no.
no.
But it's fun.
It's like watching The Boys and going, I like everything about this, but every time he talks, I go, oh, I thought you're Australian. Didn't understand. Anyway, back to this. Oh, it's episode 5.
Yeah,
Oswald.
it's the end.
What a grand finale that was.
It only took us several... I've just noticed how the rain is hitting that umbrella and it's annoying me.
I think we're being too picky on this, but now I want to see it. because I missed it.
I think, yeah. Well, it's kind of the same that it's doing on the floor there. It's just...
Well, at least it's hitting it and not going through it.
Never known a Wayne to stick his neck out. Feels too good to be true.
I don't think we can be too picky with this game in some things. If it's trying to do something,
You?
and there's like a Paddington cutout, it's going pretty good, I think.
Not to destroy
Rain's
it.
not hitting the drone,
You're the
though,
one who's
at all, or the
criminally
statue.
insane.
That's because the drone has got rain repellent stuff now, like natural rain repellent stuff, and the statue.
They paid for sticking their snout
Shut up,
where
I
they
don't know.
belong. You know, I'm surprised Batman's not already here to save you. He's usually so on top of everything. Maybe I need to cause a few more screams.
Maybe you just aren't important enough.
See, this is fun, but I don't find it very dramatic.
I'm nobody's lackey, Wayne.
There's a lot of talking, but not a lot is being said. Does that make sense? Like, tying it into them as children having been here, and the earlier scene of
Yeah.
them meeting in the park. Like, it doesn't feel like dramatic symmetry. It just feels like those are two things that happen that are the same, but without bringing anything full circle.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, I do think Penguin's arc is one of the weakest. Like, Two-Face is really good. Lady Arkham's fine. Catwoman's isn't great either, actually. But Catwoman's entire arc is, I need to be attracted to Bruce because Batman and Catwoman is a thing, rather than actually building anything. Though that is somewhat explained later in this.
I just always assume the attraction between Batman and Catwoman, especially when they know they're the same. I can see that they're just, you know, falling into a similar type person and they're like me, rather than if you just fell for Bruce and just thought he was a millionaire, then I wouldn't really see that as a thing. But knowing they're both kind of doing the same thing in life, that is at least a base for a relationship, I think. They're in the same field.
But, like, the thing they have in common is they put on silly costumes. Like,
Lots of relationships
Catwoman
been
is an
built on that.
incredibly high-end thief, and you know, Batman is a vigilante who wants to stop her thieving.
I have had at least 2 relationships which started at fancy dress parties, so it's don't rule it out. Oh, I'm just involved now. I want to see what Hoodie Man's going to do.
Well, there's a very small amount of action at the end of this. It's fine.
You get more action if you press the
Bruce.
buttons, Shaun.
Yeah. We've got plenty of deaths of Batman. We needed a death of Bruce. And again.
Oh, yes! Sorry. That's the payoff for so much interest in that statue.
Yep. You knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Of course, that probably broke his spine. It's very heavy.
Is that all you got? I didn't see a thing.
Gordon!
Sorry.
Raven is right.
I mean, to be fair, there's a giant wall of white in front of his face. He probably can't see through that.
I'm gonna make sure that bastard never sees the light.
I wonder if they
of day.
fix that in the black
You
and
did your
white
best
one.
here, Mr. Wayne.
Probably not.
Gotham and the
I
GCPD
very much doubt it.
owe you.
I'm not even sure they watched it again to make sure.
Thank you.
I didn't do this for gratitude, Lieutenant.
When you've been fighting,
Have you played the
I
black
did
and
it
white
for
one?
favours!
as long as I have,
Have you played the black and white one? And if so, does it have like the hints of red or something, or is it just black and white?
I didn't pay for it.
Okay.
That was another £4. I was like, no.
I think I have it because I'm pretty sure.
Point.
I'm fairly sure I've got it.
We just took
I need
down
to have a look at
Lady
it sometime.
Arkham, man. She's not going to stand for this.
No.
Yes, worth having a look.
Never thought
I'm
I'd
not
say
making
it.
another fucking video series on it though.
No, I just assumed it was I guess it was just the same game with like a filter on it, like watching a.
Where she is than we do.
Well, literally a black and white version of the same thing I've already seen. I don't think they've done anything to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going offline kept Penguin from finding the Batcave, but it also scrambled our system. The Bat computer barely runs, and worse, most of my tech isn't working. It's going to take time to get everything up and running again.
Why does his grapnel need to be digital?
It's going to make
It really
tracking down
doesn't.
Lady Arkham.
Why are we still getting opening credits? But apart from that, yes. Why did it?
Fair question.
In the end,
And to bring it back, where the hell is Renee and the back of that woman's head?
There's a lot of questions left unanswered.
people must seem
Stay tuned.
Disappointment to you. Always letting you down.
Well, the one thing I've learned, I can only
No.
depend on myself.
Fuck you, Alfred.
I understand why you feel
So mean.
If I'd stopped Thomas,
Yeah,
none of
it's
these
all about that.
horrors would have occurred. Lady
Yep.
Arkham,
You're right. Alfred. You could have done something, and if you had, things might be different now.
So horrible.
It shows a good understanding of complex language relationship issues that you are deliberately choosing the least compassionate way of moving forward with a relationship. So good job.
You there? It's urgent. One of the Bat prototypes has been stolen.
by Lady
Oh, you know.
Arkham.
Not quite. I'm patching
You've had a lot of
it for you
practice.
now.
Have you? Okay, good. It's
She
Selina.
stole from you? After we opened our doors
I mean,
to
you
her,
can't blame her.
after all that you two...
Alfred.
Yeah, I know, Bruce.
Alfred, shut up,
but why
you
would
jerk.
she do this? Is she that cold-hearted? That selfish?
I was just another mark to her. I should have known.
Yeah.
The device she stole. It's a prototype. It's an electronic skeleton key. With it, you could bypass any security system made by Wayne Tech.
That key is far too dangerous.
That
in this
seems
child's
like a
hands,
very foolish thing to
especially with
make.
Lady Arkham's charge.
It's fine in the right hands.
Hey, we're Wayne Enterprises. We're gonna make a thing that, if it even once fell into the wrong hands, it'd completely reveal literally every single secret we have and allow you access to anything. That seems like a sane thing to build.
That's never stopped anything being built in the past.
Besides, we both know
Well-
you're not here because of hurt feelings, are you? I don't blame you for wanting it back. Although, it only seems fair that I take something from you.
Your
You didn't give
watch.
a second thought when you stole my clock. At least I had the decency to steal from you when you weren't in the next room. Serves me right for leaving you alone. I should know better than to trust an
Being
honest face.
So
You
horrible.
know, you really
Like,
don't
all
deserve
of
a toy
this.
like this. No doubt Batman would use it for the good of Gotham.
All
But
of
the
this is
rest of
still
my
written with a
actions
thing
are
of
so
her
much more
trying
exciting.
to push the idea
should
of
I
a
think about it?
relationship. And there's just nothing in the
So
play
much
that we've been
potential.
doing that
Just
actually
imagine what I'd be able to do
leads
with
her
that
to be like
glove.
that.
She's just very
Enough
needy,
games, Selina. Hand it over.
Yeah,
Now.
yeah, she kind of does.
and she likes a bad boy.
You just have
Clearly.
no imagination, do you? Catch.
Should have just kept it.
It's clear you're not going to be any fun, and I'm not in the mood for a fight. Oh, come on.
Sorry, I like the road sign in the background. Did you see it? It's,
As long cons this one
it's
is
just
a
like
good.
comical. Watch
Getting
out,
away
this is a
from
cliff.
this
You'll
land
fall.
breaking a safe. I had to get close to people. Your friend Harvey. Poor guy just wanted to fall in love so bad. After that, it didn't take very long to get my introduction to his BFF.
See, so Catwoman's
The
now
great Bruce
explaining
Wayne.
that the way to get the thing that
Imagine
she
my
wanted
surprise when the rich playboy turned out
was
to,
to,
be
you know,
Batman,
use
scourge
her
of Gotham.
charms
From the
to
moment we met, I
get close
knew
to Bruce
I couldn't
to be able
trust you.
to steal it.
Ah.
Which makes less sense that she just gave it back and is now still coming onto him.
But I can see
Like,
the magic's over.
you're an absolute arsehole and I slept with you
I'm
to
getting
get
out
the
of
thing that I wanted to steal from you.
Gotham's a house
Is
on fire,
actually
and I'm not
better
gonna
than
let it. If you were
now being
get
like,
out of here
ah,
today.
you know,
This
we
time
could be something.
your
It just
entire
doesn't make any
family.
sense. It's
Just
terrible.
leave it all behind. Do something more
You can't second guess that. She's
meaningful
just,
with those skills of
you
yours.
know, it's an age-old story. You start off trying to betray someone,
But think of the fun.
and then you fall in love halfway
I can't
through.
just turn my
And then you
back
give them their
walk
stuff
away
back.
When things get tough. I guess I'm not
How many
ready
times have we
for
heard that
Selina.
story?
No, you really aren't.
Yeah, my Bruce is a
Maybe think
horrible,
about some
horrible
distance
person.
between us. After all, look at what happened to Harvey. It'd only be a matter of time before I crossed one of your lines.
Been crossing them the entire time, and I've been very clear about that.
Harvey was out of control, and he wanted to destroy Gotham. If you did the same, and yes, I put you behind bars in a heartbeat.
Looks like we're back where we started when we first met on that rooftop. Enemies.
And she loves it.
Well, you're not really leaving me with much of a choice.
Please.
Bruce is
You're
so
not even
awful.
trying to see things from my perspective. You're stuck in your close-minded, one-town world. I need you to understand something. You're just a job.
There
A
we go.
frustrating, if sometimes entertaining job. And that job's done. I'm done with you. It's not complicated. I'm not a good person. I'm certainly no hero, and I don't want to be. I'm a thief. That's all I am. I told you that from the start. I never pretended.
You're right. You're a thief.
Good job, Bruce. You've shattered her self-worth and any belief that she could be something more or
There's one good
better.
thing to come out of this.
What a horrible, horrible thing to
You
do.
really are
I would
just like
love for this
everyone
to
else.
actually
Can't wait to get out of this place.
cross over into the second one. Like, when she comes back, her whole arc is she fucking hates Bruce for being a complete piece of shit. But
Nice, Selina.
if she's used in the sequel, you know that's
What
not going to
Alfred is,
happen.
But I'm without a working batsuit.
No. Of course it's not going to happen.
One of the early prototypes.
It has basic
Yay,
power
that looks so
functionality,
much better.
But outside of that, it doesn't
Are you being
protect much more
sarcastic,
than
sir?
your identity, I'm afraid.
No, I don't like armoured batsuits. I think they look more stupid than
Thank you, Lucius.
I know, I remember you going, this
something
is...
that looks more like a Lycra thing.
But it should
Like,
still scare
how
the
do you
crap out
move
of
when
you.
you're covered in little sheets of metal? Like, it does...
If they're in plates, it makes sense. We've had this discussion in the very first episode, back like 2 years ago, so let's not do it again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't mind plates of armour, as long as there's some sort of meshing or, not chainmail, but something like chainmail in between. I think that, you'd get a lot more blood packs going off with this type of micro bodysuit he's wearing now.
Well, the point always used to be... Oh, for God's sake.
Oh good, I think you'll stop
Oh,
on
good, I
every
cut
stair.
that down. For a while, I left that just to see how long Batman had stayed at the stairs. That's my favourite death in the whole game.
Did the kid shoot you?
It's so silly.
Alfred?
Yeah.
Because you were mean to him earlier. Good.
The belt. It's caked in blood.
Shackles.
This is quite a
Blood on them.
tragic story. Dark is what the word I was looking for.
Vicky did to
Yeah.
Alfred what was done to her.
It's really... I do think that this is something of a leap
Vicky
from what we've seen so far, to go from, oh, her parents were a bit abusive, to having this room and her being locked down there and all the other untold horrors that may have happened to her. You know,
Yeah. I don't know why that
I
was
think
my
it might
line.
even have worked better without the other kid, because there's no real evidence of that happening to him.
There are drawings.
I
He
was,
must have drawn
yeah, I was kind of not all for it, but I was kind of like just went along with it. Oh, they've got this like little torture chamber where they put the kids in, and they whip and they belt them now and again. But for some reason, seeing blood on the metal end of a belt just suddenly was like, no, actually, this is quite bad. I don't know why that was my line, but for some it struck me as harsher than having just putting them in a locked place and belting them normally. Not normally. I'm not saying that's normal. You know what I mean? Somehow getting blood out of them on a metal sharp end of a belt is far. It seems to me that's my line of, hey, this isn't a happy little Batman story.
people like them. They deserve to be behind bars.
Behind bars. They deserved
See, now I understand it.
Yeah.
far worse than that.
I mean,
Even if they did.
yeah, but it's
no
still
one else needs to
like,
die.
so her plan was to wait 30 years
Take your time, son.
and slowly building up. Her plan makes no sense. None of this makes sense, but it's comic book stuff. To be fair, you could say the same about pretty much all of it. So
Bring me Bruce Wayne.
I was going to say she's probably been off training or something, but
It's you.
and also becoming a reporter. I don't know.
yeah,
Thick wall and 100 bodyguards.
she did suggest we want to save the butler.
First,
No, nothing in our accent suggests that we actually want to do that. To the point that we let Two-Face shoot him in the head.
So much for one old man.
Right. Yeah, here we go. Or not go.
Falcone and Hill deserve to die.
There are deaths in this that were avoidable, but no, I think the shotgun one's much funnier than the swinging spiky board. Ah, it's a board with a nail in it. Batman's ultimate weakness.
No, if you had plates on your chest, you'd be fine.
I don't think I believe.
Yeah. He'd have been right in the other costume.
Wear the mask.
The other costume was always getting shot through anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Are you the man or the mask?
It's a good question.
the mask is just a tool. I can never do my job if people knew who I really was.
Really? Well, I was hoping for something a little more interesting.
She's so mean.
Hold on, Alfred.
Slap him.
You came for me.
Didn't come for you, Alfred. I just came to beat up the villain.
Just push the trolley over. Just get out of the way. You get
The man.
Just walk out.
Did you see where she went?
She just disappeared.
I'm getting you out of here.
Above you.
Interesting how you speak to him. So familiar. Alfred. Such concern
This is all playing out basically the same
for
then.
someone you've never met before.
Yeah, but we do get a bit of a difference.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy this.
For you.
Huh. Sounds like deflection to me. There's more here than your
Not here to save Alfred.
It makes me wonder.
Just here to fight the villain.
Ah.
Only one way to find out.
Batman. Don't.
Shut up, old man. You've seen my true self. Your turn. Prove that you can. Take off your mask. Let me see the man you really are.
I mean, so far, this is all the same.
Yeah.
I
It's a
don't need
fair
answer.
choice.
I'll pry that hood off when you're dead.
Ah.
Let me see the man you are. You're only a piece in the bigger game, but you're the only piece I have left.
That was if you did absolutely
I was going to say, at least it
nothing.
fails the game.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you
You
just
still get
stabbed
the best
Alfred as well.
outcome. Yeah. As long as Alfred is having the worst time, that's the main take away from this playthrough.
Okay, yeah. You just retitled this whole series Alfred's Bad Day or something. Great.
Yeah, once again showing there's not an awful lot you actually need to do in this finale. You can just kind of
Said it before, I'll say it again.
sit back and
If you believe you're
Yeah.
doing it, it's fun. And you feel like you've got an impact.
I mean, gameplay would be nice. You know, I know there's only so many things they could do to make a difference and show different reactions and stuff like that. But
Stop, Vicky.
you know,
It's over.
Nothing will
I
keep
think
me
we've
from
proved
my
throughout this
revenge.
playthrough there's so much that's meaningless that you don't even need to do, and it makes no difference whatsoever. Like I say, there are some elements of the story I do quite enjoy, so it's not all a waste of time.
I think overall, it's a good game. I just it's the definition of game is the question. I think it's quite a nice little story.
You belong.
I don't expect any multiple choice game to all of the choices to have any impact. I expect maybe 5 of them, maybe, to actually change something. It would be really nice if you could get very definitively different endings, but clearly
Yeah.
not. But then if they plan to do a sequel as well, then you're sort of tying yourself up into how did we finish the last game? What characters can we include again? So I do understand. Sorry. I do understand.
No, don't.
Didn't know you had an eye patch. I do understand that the narrative is sometimes driven by the financial and future prospects. So
I haven't yet thanked you.
let's live with it.
You've saved my
Sure,
life.
but
I've no
if you're
doubt that
marketing
Vale
your
would have
thing
killed
on
me had you not arrived
your
when
choices
you
matter and they
But
don't, then
The fact remains,
you know,
in my state,
just release a visual
I'm
novel.
not of much use to you. It'll take time to
It might
adjust,
have been
and I'm afraid
that might
it
have
may
been
interfere
better
with
for
my
me.
butler duties.
Because I'd have bought it no matter what. It's Batman shit, and I
Yeah.
do enjoy me some Batman shit. I'm now just telling Alfred to go
I don't
away.
even know what to
He's lost an eye and everything else is that just leave.
Palm trees, a sky that isn't the color of sweatpants.
Well, perhaps that wouldn't be so bad.
No,
I'm not.
having a hard time picturing you in shorts.
Shorts.
They should really just go for a monocle as well.
I promise you, I will use everything.
One
at
that
my
controls
disposal
all of
to
the
help you.
Batman paraphernalia, because Alfred is the villain in the next part.
Silver's not gonna
If you
bother.
like.
I've pushed him too far. This is one of those continuities where he used to be like a super secret agent for the British government. So he's already got all the training.
Well, yeah.
He just
you've been-
comes back as Deathstroke.
That was what I'd want. So you've been treating him bad this entire episode. So at the end of this episode, he's basically got eye patch and a goatee, and probably a black streak in his hair as well. And in the sequel, he is the main bad guy. Has Alfred ever been a bad guy?
You're a better
Yeah, he's currently dead in the comics.
Oh,
He died once before, and he came back with a weird, some really weird, like off-the-wall science experiment nonsense. But he came back as a villain called the Outsider, like with all these, like with white skin and these weird bubbles on them, and
all right.
he got better.
He got better. Good. Well, he didn't because he's dead.
That was pre-Crisis. I don't think that's really been used or referenced post-Crisis. Like I say, he's currently dead again, so maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get that back when he returns this time. Who knows?
The beauty of comics.
Absolutely.
dead again.
Yeah.
But all the same, I appreciate
To be fair, I think Alfred has only died in continuity twice.
make all
That's
pretty
pretty
good
good for a comic book character.
You're one hell of an addition to this lineup.
Like Damien,
Best two artists have turned out.
the latest Robin, has done more than that. He's only been around about 15
I
years.
know you're not a man of many words, but I'd like to say something to Gotham on your behalf. Is there anything you'd like them to know? Maybe about
I want to be
how you'd
seen
like to be seen moving
as a
forward?
monster. I want you to tell them to fear me and immediately run if they see me.
I'm sure they'll appreciate hearing that. You know, I always wanted this,
It's got a nice ring to it.
to be commissioner someday.
Yeah.
To have the chance to shape this.
So,
I should probably be
with a short amount of time left, what have you thought about doing this alternate playthrough? Has it been worthwhile doing? Was it worth the God knows how many hours it actually took me to put all this together? Or have I just wasted my time?
Hated every moment of it. I don't know what the point was. Wasting my time. No, it's been very interesting to see. There are genuinely different scenes. Whether they've got any
Yes.
long-lasting impact is a different matter, but it's nice to see it. And I put no effort into this at all other than sitting down and watching it, so I can live with that. It's yeah, I think that surely if there's any benefit to these sort of types of games, it is that there are other ways that they can be played out and visuals you can see. So I'm very happy. Thank you, Shaun. Thank you for putting this together for me to watch. Brutal.
You're welcome. Yeah, it was worth doing. It was quite fun to look at the other things, even though I had to play this like another 2 more times or whatever it was, a ridiculous amount. But I'm glad that it's over, and hopefully at some point we can move on and do the other series. But for now, Telltale Batman is done. I keep calling it Telltale Batman. It's Batman the Telltale Series. It's like the Lego Batman thing. I've just stuck the word Telltale in there because I can't be bothered to say Batman the Telltale Series every time. It's Telltale Batman. That'll do.
Everyone knows what you mean. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I hope so, because this is literally our, over 20th video on the subject. They don't...
Yeah.
What does he mean, Telltale Batman? What's he talking about? I mean, you've not been paying attention.
But if it really irks you, leave it in the comments and just point it out and say, I'm never watching again.
Yeah, I've watched literally all of this, and Shaun has continuously called it Telltale Batman, but this time is a step too far. I'm done with it. Goodbye. Unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe. We've worked really hard for the 170 odd subscribers we've currently got. Don't leave us. Please don't leave us.
Please don't go.
But speaking of going, we're now going to go. Bye!
Bye!